Hello, this is Lefty Chris, and today I'm making a video for the Cryptocompare pricing index job. I made this video before, but we're going to do it again with no flaws. So let's get started. We're going to use the guide from 11 ppm. He is also one of the community contributors from GoPlugin. I'll be sure to save his guide in the description on the YouTube video. So first, we can skip number 1 and we can skip number 2. One thing to note with number 2 is you would need to have the API discovery from GoPlugin's partner Teach Labs. You would need to make sure you have an account. That's one thing to consider. We're going to skip and go to number 3. So first, you need to start with 3A. We're going to copy and then we're going to paste in our VPS. Now we're going to press enter, and this shows us all of our files in this path. Next, let's go to 3B. We're going to copy and then paste, press enter. And now we're seeing all the files in the external adapter template path. We're going to make a new directory called cryptos. So you want to copy and then paste, press enter. So now if we type ls and then press enter, we should see cryptos. Next, copy the next command. We're just copying the Cryptocompare _ adapter and renaming it to Cryptocompare in the cryptos path. So you want to copy and then paste, press enter. Okay, and now we have the Cryptocompare path. We're going to go into that path, cd Cryptocompare, press enter, and now you should see all the files within that path. And so now let's scroll down. Now, one thing to note, there are different files and different instructions needed for these different pricing indexes. We're going to use the Cryptocompare. So first, let's actually go into API discovery, and we're going to go to API categories. We're going to go to GoPlugin recommendation, and then we're going to use Cryptocompare API. You want to click on it, and then you want to click on the API endpoint request body, and now we have the request body. It says BTC USDT. I'm going to use XRP for this example, so in all caps XRP, and then we're going to execute. Response received, and the results is good. It's a success. So now we can go to my results and then go to responses, API requests. And now we're going to click on the green check, and you should see the price is 0.3848 cents. We need the actual ID, the endpoint ID. And if you look closely, endpoint ID, we're going to copy this endpoint ID here, not use this here. Again, it's right next to response metadata. You want to just highlight it, and then you can copy it here. So now let's go back to the guide, and we're going to scroll down to 3C. We're going to copy this first and go back to our VPS and then paste it, press enter. And then we're going to go to 3D. We need a new file called .env. So you have touch.env. We're going to copy, and then we're going to paste and press enter. So now if you do LL, you should see the file .env. We are going to use that file for 3F. We need these 2 lines of information. What we're going to do in the VPS is we're going to use, instead of nano, we're going to use vi.env, press enter. And so you should see that there's a blank file. We're going to press insert. and then we're going to copy 3F and then paste by right clicking. Now the EA underscore port is 5002. We're going to change the API underscore key to our key that you receive from API discovery. And so if you click on my name and then the profile, you should see a tab where it says the API key. And so we're going to enter that information in here. And this is just for the website, or not the website, but the YouTube video. So I'll be changing the key after this. You should see your API key and your EA underscore port. You're going to type, you're going to press escape, and then you're going to type Shift:/WQ, press enter. Next, we're going to type VI index, and then we need to change the const URL. And so if you look closely, you can see that the ID ends with 3B, and we need the Cryptocompare API. So we need this endpoint ID here. So we're going to press insert, and then we're going to delete that here, and then we're going to, let me shift this over a little bit so you can see. We're going to right click, and we're going to delete once. And so it should match up. You should see AHTHRVB. AHTHRVB. So that's correct. So now we're going to press escape. We're going to press Shift:/WQ, press enter. Now let's go back to our guide. Let's scroll down, and now we're going to copy this command, npm install, and we're going to paste into the VPS, press enter. Okay. Now we can go back to the guide. We're going to go to 3H. We're going to copy 3H1, paste, press enter. And now you should see Cryptocompare. The status is online. And so we're going to copy and then paste, PM2 save, press enter. And now it should be saved. Now, number 4 is saying that you need the Oracle contract address. And if you've already created a node, you should have the Oracle contract address saved in your notepad. So we can move on to the next step. Number 5, we're going to open the node GUI, which should be logged in already. We're going to go to bridge, and then we're going to create a new bridge. The bridge name, we're going to name it Cryptocompare. The bridge URL, we're going to use http://localhost:5002/. And we're going to keep both of these values as 0. Create bridge. And so now the bridge is created. We're going to scroll down to number 6. We're going to go to jobs, create a new job. Next, scroll down to 6C, copy this code here and paste it into the job spec. Now, the type is Cryptocompare. If you change the name to anything else for the bridge, this will be changed as well. You need to change the addresses to the Oracle contract address. So we're going to copy and then paste the Oracle contract address. The name and the endpoint should be the same. One way to check is if we were to scroll down to 6D, copy the command and then paste into our VPS. Press enter. You should see the name is XDC and then the endpoint is Zenfin-mainnet, which is correct. So now, because we have this information, we can create the job. Our job is successfully created. We can go to definition and then under the type or above the type, you have the job spec ID. We can copy the job spec ID, but we do not need to do that just yet. So now let's go back to the guide and scroll down to number 7. Number 7, we need XDC Remix open. So let's go to File Explorers. We're going to go to Contracts, and then we're going to create a new file. Make sure you name it anything you want, but ending at .sol. I have it as cryptocompare.sol. So now you need the code. And so you can get the code in 2 ways. If you scroll down on this guide, you can get the code here at cryptocompare_consumer.sol, or you can scroll back up and in your VPS, if you were to type CD and then you were to copy and then paste into your VPS and then scroll down and type CD contracts and then type cat cryptocompare_consumer.sol, you will be able to see all the code that you need for this job. But again, to make it easier for you, it's right here, all 87 lines. So you can just copy it, go to remix and then paste. I've already done it, so I don't need to do it again. We're going to compile. So make sure the compiler is at 0.4.24. We're going to compile. Now we're going to deploy and run transactions. The environment needs to be changed to injected web3. The account, you want to make sure that it lines up with your XDC address, which it does for me, so that's fine. Now the contract should be changed to consumer. The consumer is contracts/cryptocompare.sol. So that is correct. Now we need the smart contract address for apply. And so you have 2 ways of doing this. Either go to GoPlugin.co and copy the smart contract address at the top, or go back to the guide and scroll all the way down to 7H and you can copy it here. Now, if you copy it from GoPlugin's main page, it still has XDC. You would need to change that to 0x. In the guide, it's already 0x, so you don't have to change anything. We're going to paste. This is 0x, so deploy and then submit. Now, under deployed contracts, consumer, and then you see the 2 sheets of paper. We're going to copy, and then we're going to send 0.1 ply to this address. So 0.1, submit. And now we can click on the arrow and scroll down to request data. Now for this section here, you have 4 things that you need to enter. You need the Oracle contract address, you need the job ID, you need the FSYSM, which I changed it to XRP, and you need the TSYSM, which is USDT. There are 2 ways you can do this, with or without quotations. We're going to do it without quotations. So let's copy our Oracle contract address. We're going to paste and then type comma. Now we need to go back to our node and copy the job spec ID. We're going to go back and paste. We're going to type XRP in all caps and then USDT in all caps. Click request data, click submit, and now go back to your node and we should see it says just now. You should see the runs and don't have to worry about creating an hour ago. You can see that just now there were several runs, but we want to make sure that we did this correct. We can click on the run that has the Cryptocompare next to it. Okay. And so far we have the Cryptocompare. We do have the data 0.384. So it indeed worked. We are just waiting for the external and the ETH-TX to show a check mark. So let's just wait. Oh, it's still pending. But I will say that I did it on another node and it did run successfully. Cryptocompare 0.3858 and then the ETH transactions and the external both came out to pass. So the job indeed was completed. And then we can go to number 10, in which you'll be able to create your account for GoPlugin, and then you get to manage 10B. It should say manage jobs. And then once you're able to manage your job, you can add a new job and then turn in your information. You get to 10B, or I'm sorry, you get to 10D and then fill out the information here and then save the changes. And then you go to 10E, confirm with yes. 10F, you're just waiting on approval. And then once it's approved, you'll be good to go. You'll have a job fully submitted. If you want to create a price index job for the GoPlugin node, I hope this information serves you well. Remember, this is just for the Cryptocompare price index. There are other price indexes that are waiting to be worked on. For example, you still have Binance, you still have KuCoin. So there's quite a few that still need to be worked out. But for now, we have the Cryptocompare API ready to go. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Have a great day. Peace.